Hello everyone, this time I'm going to show you how to create a 2D scrolling shooter using babylon.js. So let's see what this is about. We have the title screen. This is the Babylon space shooter, and let's play a little bit. So this is the main game. It has lasers, bullets, enemies, and a scrolling background. We can also pause the game, right? And we also gonna implement a different structure than the bricks game. So this time we're gonna create some classes, levels. You will be using sprites this time. In the previous game we were using geometric figures, but this time we're gonna use sprites. We're gonna put them on the screen and we're gonna move them, and we're gonna make them look like we have in the screen right now. So of course, don't forget, and we also have music. So I hope you enjoy coding. To start with this game, we need to set up the project. So the first thing to do is to go to this link in GitHub, the repository of the project, and I'm going to put the link in the description. And then you need to go to the code button here, click on it, and we're going to download the zip. If you already know Git, you can make a clone and use the base project, but if you don't worry. I'm just going to download the zip. Okay, once I have it, I'm going to unzip it, whatever it is, and I'm going to extract that into a in a place where I'm going to be having all my projects, right? So you can unzip that into your download folder or your document folder, whatever you want. But the important thing here, so this is my folder, and you can drag that into the Visual Studio Code IDE. So I'm gonna drag the folder, right? And the first thing to do is open a new terminal and then just execute npm install or npm I. So I'm gonna wait. Once everything is fine and we download all the dependencies, I can check that this node modules folder appear here, and then I have my source folder with all the assets I'm going to use. I have a core folder where I'm going to put some classes there. I have my level folder where I'm going to put there my levels. See the interface folder for all the interfaces we're going to use. So this is a more structured project than the previous game, right? Because we're going to use TypeScript here with a bunch of changes. So you can also know that we have the index.html and the index.tx, right? So in this case, I'm not going to put all the code here in the index like in the previous game, but it will be a little bit different. So this video is about how to set up the project correctly, and if you want to know if everything is working fine, just execute npm run start, and you may have a message like this. So if you have a successful message here in the console, you can go to your browser, for instance, right? And if you are looking at this red cube rotating, it means it's working. So that's our starting point. Now back in our code editor, I want you to know that I have the engine set up here for Babylon, and I have an instance of my level 1, which is here inside the levels folder. But the level 1, it's in a scene. It's just like a wrapper, right? So that level contains an update and a render method similar like we saw in our previous game, and that's it. We are not add much here. because our logic will be now in the level, not in the index.ts. But I'm gonna take advantage of this, because if I want to add different levels, I will need to use a little method, right? So I'm gonna create a method here, export default function load level. That's for the future. So my new level, it can be anything. I know it's in a scene at the end. So, but I also need here, before I can load the level, a new variable. I'm gonna create a level variable, any as well, and it will be undefined, right? And here in the logic, I'm gonna check if level is not undefined, then I'm gonna dispose this level scene that dispose. Okay, so every time I load a new level, and if there is a level previously loaded, I'm gonna dispose that, right? The dispose method, it's like we saw in the previous game, we're gonna remove everything, so to free resources. So, and the level that will be the new level. Okay, with this function, instead to make this, I can now just load level new, and I can pass just this here, and that's it. Okay, and this level here, to make this work, if this level it's not undefined, then you can check that we have a scene, a camera, and a light, right? So in the previous game we have also the engine in this part, but not now. So because our level can have its own camera and its own light and its scene at the end, our scene is a different level. So this is just like a wrapper, but we also have the game state, and in this case we have the cube mesh, which is the red cube you just saw a moment ago. So I'm gonna start updating this. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you have any suggestion or comment, just put it below. Thank you.